It's Week 17 of the 2026 season, and we've got the Nighthawks burner and wide
ready to get us started. It's Cade York, and we are underway from Indianapolis. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On second down, they'll run it here. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Buying time to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Oh, what a move. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. Allen's got it complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 7. Flushed out. And he's going to have to eat this this one is down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Third and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Back to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Tyson, they'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. On third down, he'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Kadarius Toney with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Nighthawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this is where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it. Well, it appears that we read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Play action. It's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
No gain on the play.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Play action. Now Wilson. In trouble, and he's taken down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken,
does,
correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up
Here's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a gain of 5.
Wilson.
3rd and 4.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Wilson. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Wilson's pass. Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. On 1st down, Tyson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. On 3rd down, Tyson. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a 1st down as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grab. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your turkey ball games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. That time, a 9-play drive.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now it's Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off, and then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Wilson. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short.
Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson.
On the throw, led him too much that time, and it's incomplete. Kind of odd schedule this year. These 2 teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Wilson to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Flush to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. 87 yards.
And the Nighthawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
York now for the extra point.
And it's 21-3. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with the first down here.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that'll be caught by Tony. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. Allen's got it complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
On second down, Tyson down to about the 22 here. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
York able to send this one through. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach told his defense. Environment. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And at halftime, it's the Bears who are holding command of that one. Devontae Adams, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So certainly not at all what you're looking for here to start the third quarter. A fumble on their opening drive.
Not at all. You're exactly right about that because this had a chance to be the drive to put everything away. A touchdown here, that might have put everything out of reach for them. They definitely handed out a lifeline to the defense on that play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
They go play action now. Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Escaping the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Sanders is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen.
First down. Complete to number 13. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Going back to Allen. He's got him again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
A gain of 7. First down, Oklahoma City.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Back to throw again.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. There's Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit. And
that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now it's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job of moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting rid of the ball. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They'll run on 1st down. Tyson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. And the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Wilson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's going the other way. Past the 20. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone.
The York on now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, they're going to... And now a fumble. The ball's out.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. From the shotgun, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. There's Wilson to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now it's Wilson.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's good for a Colts. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. Connects with Kittle underneath.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
To George Kittle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Wilson will throw again. And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. This one caught by Kittle.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
That's good.
Now Wilson on 1st down.
Again to the big top.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 40. The 20. 10, 5, and he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone.
York now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. To throw is Wilson. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to be on the field.
Yeah, it really is.
He's going to be a runner. He's going to be a thrower. Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. So they bring out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Wilson. His throw incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. Throws right side, and that's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
A nice run on first down. Gets him 6 yards to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
The defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Tyson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
62 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On on first down. Tyson.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for our visitors,
they move to a sparkling 15-1 with 1 game still to go in the regular season.